Hello everybody, welcome back to Fallout 4. We're on our way back to Ten Pines Buff. Ten Pines Bluff. Not Ten Pines Buff. I don't know what that is. Some kind of Elder Scrolls spell or something. Anyway. Ooh, that was a little bit higher than I was expecting. We're not going to worry too much about that. We'll deal with the quarry later. Maybe on our way back or something, I don't know. But we got important work to do. We got to do some work for the Minutemen so we can build our teleporter. So we can get to wherever it is the Institute is hiding. Yeah, killed you. And you just fell through the world. Okay. Bethesda. That was the explanation for that. See, this would make an awesome settlement if it was just a tiny location. Oh well, that's what the kit's for. Smashing a roach. Yep. Okay. We're almost to the hilltop. Just over that rise up there. And then we can turn in our quest. I mean, you get a pretty nice view of Boston from here. Boston. Yeah, I was there in like the late 90s as a trip. It was a class trip. We were studying American history, so we went to Boston to check out all that stuff.
Hey there.
Buddy.
You find those raiders?
Yep.
Yeah, I kicked their asses for you.
No kidding? That's the best piece of news we've had around here for a good long time. So we've been talking. We decided if you came through first, we'd join up with the Minutemen again. If we want things to get better, we've got to start helping each other. So, we're in. You can count on us if you need help down the line. Thanks again, Fred.
Alright. We should probably... Okay, they need some defenses. So let's build... Can we build them a turret? We don't have circuitry, so we can't build them a turret. We can build them a guard post. Let's build them a guard tower. Where are we going to put a guard tower? Overlooking one of the approaches. Maybe over here. Yeah, over here. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff I know happening over there. So we need to assign someone to it. We will assign you to the guard tower. Yeah, there we go. 243023. Very good. Alright. Very good. 10 Pines Bluff. 10 Pines Bluff is now secure. Are there really 10? I didn't see any pine trees on that bluff. It was more like 0 Pines Bluff. Or no Pines Bluff. Maybe they're bluffing that there are 10 pines. Yeah, that's it. It's a bluff that there are 10 pines. That's how I'm... Well, that's how I'm gonna go with it. Yeah. The bluff of 10 pines. It's like, yeah, sure, there are 10 pines here. Look around. Not a one. Not a pine tree in sight. Not a pine tree in sight. Not even a fir. You think that'd be easy enough? Okay. Turn off road here. Go straight to the old house. Oh, sorry, hit the mic. Ow. That was a little uncalled for. Yeah, anyway. At least we're not having to run from the top of the map to the bottom of the map like we do when we have to interact with Virgil. Holy crap, that's just ridiculous. I mean, that takes like almost like 2 episodes just to get to him. Like a 45-minute run. It isn't too bad. You know, that actually gives a pretty good estimate for the size of the map. 45 minutes at run speed, not sprinting, just running. If we were to sprint every now and then, it probably would take about half that time. But I like to conserve my action points. Yeah, I really like my red rocket. I really do. Now let's see what we've got to do with this place. What do we got to do with the old house? Trash can. Oh, rounds in the mailbox. Oh yeah, that's right. I stripped this place bare.
You know that settlement you sent me to help? They've decided to join the Minutemen.
That's great news. I knew you were the right person for the job. By the way, you should have one of these flare guns. You can use it to signal for help from any nearby Minutemen. It'll get more and more useful as we get more allied settlements. Eventually, you'll have help wherever you need it. So, there's something I need to ask you. I guess you know I'm one of the last of the Minutemen. But I never really told you what happened to us.
Sure.
I'm listening.
Have you heard of the Quincy massacre?
I don't think so.
I thought everyone in the Commonwealth knew about that by now. Where the Minutemen betrayed each other and the people they were supposed to protect. I was with Colonel Hollis's group. A mercenary group called the Gunners was attacking Quincy. The people
Gunners.
there called for the Minutemen to help. We were the only ones that came. The other groups, they just turned their backs on us and the folks in Quincy. Only a few of us got out alive. Colonel Hollis was dead, so I ended up in charge of the survivors. We never found a safe place to settle. One disaster after another. You saw how it ended in Concord?
Yeah, I know how that feels.
I know how it feels to be the last survivor.
Yeah, I guess you do. That's why I'm talking to you. I can't rebuild the Minutemen, but I think you can.
I don't know the first thing about the Minutemen.
That doesn't matter. The Minutemen of the last few years are gone, and nobody's gonna miss them. We don't need any more petty politics, or squabbling over resources, or arguing over who has seniority. We need someone who can bring the whole Commonwealth together in a common cause. And I think you've got it in you to be that leader.
I was thinking of nominating myself, but you'd be second choice in a heartbeat.
Well, if you guys say so, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, I'll do it.
Well now, looks like the Minutemen got a fighting chance, don't they?
Good. Good. Welcome aboard. I feel like this is a whole new start for the Minutemen, and the Commonwealth too. Don't worry, I'll be right beside you all the way, General.
So if I'm a general, where's my army?
You're looking at it, I'm afraid. But I wasn't joking when I called you that. The leader of the Minutemen has always held the rank of general. Our last leader was General Becker. After he died back in '82, nobody could agree on who should take his place. The one good thing about being the last Minuteman is there's no one to argue with me when I say you're the new general. Now it's your job to make it more than an empty title. I've got something a bit different for you.
Missing lines. Missing lines. Missing lines. Oh, this dialogue is so bugged out.
Our scouts have found a promising spot for a new settlement. Once you clear it out, set up a radio beacon to let settlers know about it. Before you know it, we'll have a thriving new farm instead of wasteland. We'll take back the Commonwealth, one piece at a time.
Alright, well,
So, seems you know how to hold your own. I'd had my doubts when we first hit the road.
you know,
Thanks. You're not so bad yourself.
I never get many complaints. It's just real rare these days. Find someone who's not willing to take things the way they're handed to them. Too many good folks not willing to get their hands dirty. And too many assholes taking advantage of it. Look at what happened at Diamond City. Before McDonough took over, it was a half-decent place to live. A little stricter than I usually go for, but not terrible. I thought he and I had a pretty happy childhood. But then he decides he's gonna try and get elected with his anti-ghoul crusade. Mankind for McDonough. Before you know it, you got families with kids lining up to drag folks they call neighbor out of their homes and throw them to the ruins.
Why did McDonough campaign against the ghouls?
Because he thought he could win. There'd always been a pretty clear divide between the folks living in the stands and those down on the field. I'm not convinced they didn't do it just to improve their view. I remember storming into his office above the stands after the inauguration speech. He was just standing there, staring out the window, watching as the city turned on the ghouls. He didn't even look at me. Just said, "I did it, John. It's finally mine." Should have killed him right there, but I don't think it would have changed anything. Instead, I pleaded with him, begged him, call it off. He said he couldn't. He had nothing against the ghouls. He was just carrying out the will of the people. And he couldn't betray the voters. And then he smiled. That hideous fucking mile-long smile. Never smiled like that when we were kids. I didn't even recognize him.
What do you mean you didn't recognize him?
I don't know. Just didn't seem like the guy I grew up with. When I'd first heard the rumors he'd been swapped for a synth, thinking back on that night, I thought it made a lot of sense. But now, I don't know. I don't think I buy it. I've seen him since then, and there's no way they copied him that perfectly. Even got his tight-ass walk. But at the time, I just needed to get the hell away from him. Him and that whole damn city.
well, did he murder him?
He murdered those ghouls.
Him and that whole damn city. I still wasn't a ghoul at this point, so I didn't have to leave, but I couldn't bring myself to stay in that cesspool after that. I'd been sneaking off the Good Neighbor for years to get decent chems, so I knew the safe routes. I managed to track down a couple of the families, lead them there, but most couldn't get used to the Good Neighbor lifestyle. I brought them food for a couple of weeks, but after a while, they just disappeared. Folks in Diamond City signed their death warrants, and all the good people were willing to just sit by and watch. I felt like I was the only one who saw how screwed up things truly were. We couldn't just pretend things were fine. Still feel that way. Or I did. Until I met you. I know I run my mouth, but having someone who sees the world for what it is, and is willing to do something about it, it's meant a lot to me. I feel damn lucky to have you as a friend.
I feel exactly the same, Hancock. It's been a hell of a ride thus far.
Then here's to a long road, with plenty of ammo. Well, thanks for hearing me out. You probably weren't looking for a history lesson, were ya? You wanna hit the road?
Yeah. I gotta dump some stuff somewhere. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We need to. There we go. Holy crap! We're full. Well, if I can just get to the workbench and dump off this junk, then we can get started. Oh, they seem to have set up shop in the Rosa house.
I bet not old as it looks.
Alright,
Hey, do you have a
there we go.
moment? I wanted to thank you for helping us out in Concord. If only we'd run into you sooner.
Well,
It all worked out in the end.
No. Our problems aren't so simple. My son, he's gone.
I understand how you feel. I lost someone too.
You and I, we're still here, right? We have to go on. For them.
yeah. You turn the light on.
Hope this rain lets up soon.
Oh, it's raining? Oh, I gotta go talk to him
You willing
about
to do
the
some
thing.
work?
Hey there.
We wanted help earlier. Some kind of machine to get into the Institute.
Yeah.
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real? Wow. That would explain a lot about how the Institute manages to operate. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build or fix.
Alright, well, let's go talk to Sturgis.
Nothing I hate more than Raider scumbags. If you run into any, put a few down for me.
Oh, yeah, I do that quite often. Sturgis.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Yep. Here you go.
Here you go.
Wow. What a mess. Hmm. Looks like, encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
Either it is, or we end up building one hell of a paperweight.
Well, whoever wrote this does seem to know what they're talking about. Could be a genius or totally insane. Guess we'll find out. Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
So,
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Yeah, sure. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is gonna take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
well, we don't have lots of power available really anywhere, but... Okay, well, we're gonna need food. Well, let's clear that out. And let's clear this out. We really do need to get our... Come on, where is it? There it is. build some beds for these people. Maybe in this old house here. They seem to like it. Okay, so I need 5 beds. Beds. Sturgis, move. Thank you. Okay. I can't go in that house. Not again.
So you got a ride of choice? I'm usually a mentat school myself. Makes me feel intellectual.
Yeah, I kind of like Jet. Moves things, makes me move faster than things move slow or whatever. I just like the way it makes everything kind of. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Probably put two or three beds in. 2 beds in here. Yeah, I can put 2 beds in here. There we go. Beds are good. Now, let's see. I seem to have a couple of melons growing in the back. Okay, so let's do some food. Well, first, we do need water. So we'll put this. Excuse me. Goodness. Put this outside over here. Maybe. No, in the back. Right there. Okay, so we need 2 of them then. Carrots? No, we don't have any carrots. Corn. I do have a melon. Okay.
Seems to be growing well.
Okay, so let's plant some melon. And a gourd. Find a place to plant the gourd. Oh. There we go. 2. That's going to take a while. Defense. Oh, we don't know what we need. Something to gather. Now, you gather some junk. Thank you. Now you work in the fields. 'Cause I need every available hand in the fields. Well, looks like they're all being worked. Okay.
I've heard that folks at Finch Farm need some help. The Minutemen should be the ones that answer that call.
Oh, look, dude, I'm busy. Okay, let's put this up here in the middle of the street. Because, you know... Now, where was... What's her face? I saw her. Okay, I'm gonna need him soon. Oh, I saw her. She was around here somewhere. She's around here somewhere. There you are. You. go defend. Well, I only got 2, so whatever.
You willing to do some work?
I love work. I can sit and watch it all day.
Well, for starters, we could use some real beds.
Oh, I already did
We've
that.
been sleeping on the ground for too long.
Do I look like a carpenter to you?
I don't know what you look like. You said you were willing to help. Making beds is what we need help with.
I'd be glad to help.
Okay, good deal. Just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. Some
Well,
of
I
these
gotta
old
get
houses
that.
still look solid enough to do the trick. There's a workbench over there you can use. Give me a holler if you need anything.
Sturgis.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
There's a giant metal pizza sitting on the ground now. So, yeah.
I was just asking. No need for the snide remarks. I think I got the rest of this contraption figured out. Here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Okay. Well,
It may take me a while to gather these things.
That's okay. I'll need time to figure out how to make everything work together. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
alright.
Hey, Sturgis.
You need any help with that, signal interceptor?
No.
Not now.
Okay, so let's see now. We're gonna need... Oh, I can build one of these. Let's put that over there. What does this need? It needs military grade circuit boards and biometric scanners. Ah, I think I got some of that stuff back at the Red Rocket. So we gotta get, so we gotta head back to the Red Rocket, get the military grade circuit and the biometric scanner. And then we can figure out how much power we're gonna need. There's definitely gonna be a lot. You know, I kind of wish I could. I know you can't, but it would be really awesome if I could wire my.
Huh?
Hey,
You-
Carla.
Back again? Time to do business?
Let's
Yeah.
see what you have.
Yeah, keep your shirt on.
Do you have a? Oh, you got a biometric scanner, and you got a military circuit board. Very nice. I'll sell you those 3 Institute pistols. And I don't want that. Awesome. I didn't even have to go all the way into... Awesome. I didn't have to go all the way. I just had to visit the trader. That worked. Well, anyway, we will pick this up in the next episode. So... we'll continue building the relay. I do not know what all we're gonna need a lot more than this, I can tell. Alright. Well, we will continue building in the next episode, so until then, I will see you guys tomorrow.